show, and our mock draft Monday is back. We are ready to do some mocking. I've got the link for Sleeper in the chat for you, and we are almost in full-fledged Dynasty mode here. We've got the Super Bowl matchup, Seahawks and Patriots, all set up in 2 weeks. But in the meantime, we have the Senior Bowl and the East-West Shrine game in the meantime coming up this weekend for you to get the first look at the rookies following their rookie seasons. And so here we go. I'm going to change the layout here. Let's do that one. All right. So anywhere you want to join, I threw it up in some of my leagues. Just click on the link, the Sleeper link, and that will get you into the mock draft. It's going to be a 12-team startup Superflex tight end premium, 0.75 for the tight end premium. We are doing kickers, 4 placeholders for the rookie draft picks. And so those rookie picks, let's talk about those a little. The rookie picks have not been so hot early this off season. A lot of people down on this 2026 class. I don't hate it so much. I look back at the 2022 class, very similar, and Breece Hall up at the top at the 101. Then you had quite a few wide receivers. You did have the stinker in Treylon Burks, but then we had Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, lots of gunners there at wide receiver. Just did not have a quarterback. Now this draft at least has one quarterback that's probably going 101 to the Raiders as of now. That's Francisco Mendoza. So at least we've got that going for us. But the running backs are not what we hope for. Hopefully you grab some running backs in last year's draft, as we highly recommended for you to do. Last year was the draft to load up on rookie running backs. This year, not so much. I'm trying to sell my second, thirds, and fourths for running backs if I need a running back. Plenty of free agent running backs, plenty of cheap running backs with opportunity this year because there isn't a great rookie crop at running back. So there's a lot of sneaky buys out there at running back. You can get some guys super cheap right now. Of course, Kenneth Walker and Travis Etienne, both free agents. They've been moving up lately. Kenneth Walker, especially with his with him blowing up here in the postseason. But we'll see how high he gets. I'd say right now I'd be willing to give up anything. At least in the 106 to 108 range. I think that for now, at least, there could be, you could say there's a tier from 106 to 109, those 4 picks. I like Denzel Boston, Casey Concepcion, Kenyon Sadiq, and then possibly Ty Simpson. Like, I don't love Ty Simpson, but I think he's just going to get shoved up into the first round. So then he's going to move into the top 10 of our rookie drafts. So I think he can get shoved up into that tier as well, just because he's a quarterback. So if that's the case, then you've got like 9 decent picks. And then you're just looking at the back end of the first, and you've got some receivers. I mean, I've done my early rankings on these players, and dude, there's a lot of receivers. Like, I've got, I don't know, it's like 16 out of the top 24 players are receivers. So you're going to get plenty of wide receivers this draft. I don't know how great they're going to be in the second round. Second rounders don't really have as good of a hit rate as you would think, but there's some gems in the second round always. Like Amon-Ra was in the second round, so there's a few guys that slide into the second round that can be gems. George Pickens was sliding into the top end of the second round in that 2022 draft. there. And he obviously took a big leap forward this past season. We'll see what he ends up doing, if he gets franchise tagged by the Cowboys, or if they sign him to a long-term deal, or if they just let him go. I think the latter is not going to happen. I think he winds up staying with Dallas somehow. I think that's the best scenario for both parties, but we'll see where George Pickens goes in this mock draft. All right, if we don't have anybody here, I'm just going to start picking. So I'm not going to click the start button because then the clock will start running, but these sleeper ADPs are still way behind. And so I'm just going to basically, just like the last couple of weeks, just use the KTC rankings. One of these weeks I might use Fantasy Calc, but they're both pretty much the same. And so, yeah, I'm just going to throw it out there, being that Drake May is in the Super Bowl. I think we can go ahead and do this. Go Drake May, 101 overall. Let's get this muted. There we go. We'll go Josh Allen, number 2. Then we'll go JSN, number 3. JSN, just phenomenal season. One-handed grab there in Sunday's game. I mean, come on. Now, I honestly am happy with any of the 3 top receivers, JSN, Chase, or Puka. But they're gonna go here all in the top 5. Then we'll grab Bijan. And then I'm at the 107. And this is where it gets interesting, which is why I picked the 107 as my draft slot. I think these are the top 6 assets. However, you could see a quarterback go earlier in this top 6, like Jaden Daniels or Lamar Jackson. Even Caleb Williams could end up rising. He's been steadily rising now with his postseason performance. But I'm going to go Lamar Jackson here. And we're going to see what ends up transpiring here. So we had 0.75 tight end premium. I don't know that he would go this high, but we'll take Trey McBride and Brock Bowers back to back. Sure, why not? I mean, they're either going to go at the end of this first or they're going to go at the beginning of the second round. So it's no different. These same 5 teams are basically going to end up with those 2 guys regardless, whether they take them in the first or the second. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at with the top 2 tight ends, and being a 0.75 tight end premium, I can see jumping on them a little early. Now we've got Malik Neighbors next, Amon-Ra. Again, I'm just using the Keep Trade Cut rankings to give you an idea. Then we get Jaden Daniels at the turn. Oh, I skipped Jahmyr Gibbs. Damn it. We'll change it. We got time tonight. There we go. The Neighbors. Amon-Ra. There we go. And then Jaden Daniels at the 201. Can you imagine getting Jaden Daniels at the 201? Watching a show earlier tonight, and they had Breece Hall and Kyle Pitts going to Washington in free agency this year. That would be pretty wild. Definitely would bump up Jaden Daniels some. All right. Next up, we're going to go CD. So a Neighbors CD start. Then go Caleb. Williams there. Next up, Justin Jefferson. How do you feel about Jefferson? Like, are you taking him top 16, or are you letting somebody else mess around with that? It's going to be a major question in this year's startups early on, basically in the second round. Next up, we've got Devon Achane. And then coming up soon, we'll have the, okay, so we got a Gibbs Achane start there. All right, that makes sense, actually. So we've got a couple of interesting squads so far. Neighbors, Seedy, Gibbs Achane. So now I get to decide if I want to go with my QB2, or I could choose between like Burrow, Mahomes, Dart, Hurts, or I look at Ashton Genty or Drake London. Achane's who I would have loved to grab there, but I don't know about Miami's upcoming. So, by the time it comes back to me, I think I could get T-Law or Purdy. Yeah, I think I'm good with one of those guys. So, take Ashton Genty. There we go. Genty and Lamar to start with. Okay. Next up, we've got Bijan. He's going to get Drake London here. So the Atlanta stack going with Kevin Stefanski. Genty. Then Justin Herbert. Herbert, not yet for sure as to if Mike McDaniel is going to be his offensive coordinator. So he basically signed with them with the caveat that if he gets a head coaching position, he can take that. So actually, I should have gone Joe Burrow before Drake London. All right, we'll change it. Joe Burrow. There we go. Steals the chance for the stack. So we've got Burrow, London. There we go. Okay. Now we're looking at 101. So we're going to take the kicker here. All right. So this is about where Jeremiah Love should be going right now. Pick 20, is that 21? 21 overall. So I want to see where 102 should be going. All right. 6,100. Okay, way down here. That pick right after T-Law. Okay. All right, so we've got Drake London, Ashton Genty, Justin Herbert, then Tataroa McMillan. Josh Allen, we're going to go Marion Hampton, and Patrick Mahomes. And then we go back, we do the third round reversal. So we're back to the back end of the board after Mahomes. We got Jackson Dart moving up significantly over the last, month or so. Where is Dart? Okay, so that guy is set at quarterback for the time being. We got 3 wide receivers and Jalen Hurts. Okay, Jalen Hurts falling to the 3rd round. My God. I considered taking Jalen where I took Genty. Probably should have taken him there. Next up, we've got Travion. Travion Henderson gets a chance in the Super Bowl his rookie season. So that should be interesting if he's able to capitalize on that opportunity and possibly raise his dynasty value. You know that guys performing in the postseason, it always helps them out. Got a couple of running backs in a row here. And Tyler Warren. Okay. And it's on me. So here's where I figured I'd be able to get another quarterback. So we got, I skipped over Herbert. Damn it. Ugh. Well, we're going to put Herbert in here. That makes sense. And these guys go, and we'll do Marion Hampton here. And Travion Henderson. There we go. Then JT. Okay. Ugh. Super annoying here. All right, so I'm gonna go Trevor Lawrence. It's to me, it's T-Law or Brock Purdy here. I'm gonna go with the weapons that I know are gonna be there. The Niners are kind of in an off season of flux here, where what do they want to do? Are they gonna try and ride Ricky Pearsall? Are they gonna let Juwan Jennings go? Are they going to what are they going to do with Brandon Ayuk? I've seen heavy trade rumors for him. So lots of interesting options for the Niners. But again, I don't know what his weapons are. And Kittle is injured. So just like, still has McCaffrey though. But I'm going T-Law. I like what I saw with him. And Liam Cohen. All right. Next up, we've got Bo Nix. Then James, nope. Then this is where the 102 goes. So Jamar Chase and the 102. This guy wants to dominate the draft, which actually I could see someone doing. Okay. Now James Cook. James Cook was down at 50 last year. It's definitely moved up. It's at 33 now. Okay, so Brock Purdy would be the next pick, but we're not going to take him because we've already got 2. Actually, we could do a QB horde with this team. Yeah, so we'll take Brock Purdy. And then if you ended up doing this, you would ideally you would be looking at trying to trade Josh Allen, just because he's the one that you can get rid of most easily. I don't know that that's the one you want to get rid of, but when the board falls like it does, sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. Here we go. George Pickens next. And now we got Nico Collins. So back to back Wide receivers. What's the 103 worth? 102, 103, 104, 105 are all pretty close for me. So 58, 51. Okay. So that's going to come into play right around Ibuka. Okay. So we got Nico Collins first. That would make sense here. Go 2 QB, 2 wide out. Good start there. Then we'll go Colston Loveland. Nice. And then Rashid Rice. So Rashid Rice, like, I just think that you hang on to him because I don't know. I think the lawyers are going to have him out on the field this upcoming year. That's simple as it gets. He's going to be out there. All right. Next, we got Ibuka. My Buccaneers. Then Garrett Wilson. Oh, this is where the 103 would go. Okay, so we're going to put Jake Bates there. Then Garrett Wilson. Now, I would be taking Garrett Wilson over Ibuka. Probably not. It's close with Rice, but I'd probably still go Rice. So, yeah, Pickens, Collins, Rice, I kind of like that. I mean, you could argue to take Rice over either of those two, but with the value drop because of the offseason trouble, I mean, I understand. All right, so here's my squad. Got Genty as my hero running back. Mar and T-Law. So, what do we want to do here? What is the 104 worth? I don't know that I want to take a rookie pick. I do like any of the receivers I get. I've got Lamar. I've got Genty. I'm just going to go McCaffrey. Let me roll the dice. Let me roll the dice on McCaffrey. There we go. Okay. Next up, it would be Olave on the 3 running back team. He's definitely moved himself up with a good season. Then Jordan Love, his team spreading it out. Yeah, one of every position. All right. Then we got Quinshawn, then the 104. Okay. So Quinshawn goes right here. Then we'll take the 104 pick. Then Bucky Irving on the end here at the turn, the 4-5 turn. Saquon still out there with a steal. Then round 5, we're just going to go 5 rounds. And we got Tucker Kraft. I have to look for, there we go. And Harold Fannin, also have to look for. There we go. That would make sense. Look at that. It just slides in. Then CJ Stroud. Eek. All right. Let's do it. CJ Stroud, then Breece Hall. Man, where is Saquon? He's not in the top 50. He's got to be right at the top. 65th. Behind Cam Scadaboo. Wow. What a deal. I like that price for Saquon. I have to go out of my way. Go check on that. All right. 105. Is valued at 53.01. So we are going to take the 105 here. There we go. That's on me. Okay. So, Saquon's sitting there. Oh my gosh. Just have a monster running back room. But wide receivers would be real stingy. Like Henry too. So, man. See, Derrick Henry would end up going in this round. He is way down in value, but I guess he could fall to the 6th. So, like, Rome, Ladd, Marv, BTJ, Burden, they're all in the same range. I am just going to do it. I'll take Saquon there. Okay. See, now I have leverage at those positions, and then I could trade Genty away, just roll with McCaffrey and Saquon. Maybe Henry falls to the next round. Could grab him, and then just pound the wide receivers. Okay, next up is Romadunze. We're just going to go through 5 rounds today. After that, Ladd McConkey. And where is the 106 valued at? I don't want to miss out on that. To me, it is a tier down, but, you know, one of those receivers could really step it up. Okay. All right, 5,000. So not quite yet. Okay, we got Ladd, we got Marv, then Laporta. Sam Laporta, interesting. I don't know that I'm buying the whole hype on the Cardinals offensive coordinator going there. And yeah, that's just, oh, perfect. We got the QB horde going on, and so we'll take Dak Prescott here. And finally, we're going to finish it off with BTJ. All right. Brian Thomas all the way from 17 down to pick 60. Okay, well, there you have it. Here's my squad. I went running back heavy, got Lamar and T-Law. I've got a competitive-looking team. Depends now what I can grab that's left over at wide receiver. But I will have the leverage to deal one of those running backs. I could go with one more running back to really stack it up. But I've got options, and so I like that. I like that build. We've got there we go. Okay. Now, if I look at the squats here, who do I really like? Well, I like the value on Hurts here at the 302. That is a steal to me. He's somebody, if he's fallen that far, like he's got the potential to be a first-round pick to get back up into that range. He's still 26, 27 years old. So I took Lamar way up here. He's ranked to be going lower. I don't know that you can buy him for what these guys on Keep Trade Cuts say, but I mean, I can see Caleb and Jaden Daniels going ahead of him in startups this off season. But that's about it. He's probably going to stay in the top 5. Jalen Hurts now, he could go as high as top 6. I could see Dart squeezing up there. I could see Hurts and Dart moving up ahead of Herbert and or Mahomes. Mahomes with the ACL injury that could scare people off. So that's my take on the quarterbacks here. Team 2, of course, pulling off the QB horde. Now they're just going to take the leftovers at the other positions. You've got, I like the start here. May, Mahomes, and then 3 solid wide receivers. Got another team 8, that went 3 running backs, matching my build. But I actually like the way I could contend with these guys, because now he's got Olave. Olave, I don't see him getting top 5 numbers, so I'm not that scared of having to go up against him. I could definitely get a wide receiver in the next couple of rounds that could match Olave or pass him. Let's see here. What other teams do I like? Yeah, that's about it. I love the value at quarterback so far, is what I'm seeing in these startups. And so that's something that I take from these startups, is that the quarterback value is going to be aplenty. Top 10 or so quarterbacks, you're only paying up for the top 3 to 5, but Lamar, Caleb, or JD could be there for you at the turn if you're picking at the turn. So it's just something to keep in mind, what I've seen early on this offseason with startups. So that's what we've got for you tonight. Another Mock Draft Monday wrapped up here. We got some stuff coming out for you on the Dynasty Rewind. That'll come out Wednesday morning. We're going to give you some cheap buys. Yes, some cheap deals. Go out there and get them. Not necessarily guys that you can buy 1 for 1, but guys that you could plug into the backside of deals. So that's kind of the thought process there. But anyway, that'll come out Wednesday morning for you. Appreciate you joining tonight. And remember to never stop working.